Hello, hello. Today we are talking all about the Silhouette print and cut feature. I am going to walk you through the process of printing and cutting around your printed designs with your Silhouette machine, whether it's a Cameo or a portrait. This process works the same, and I am going to walk you through all of the steps with this tutorial video. So let's go get crafting. To demonstrate how to use Silhouette's print and cut feature, I'm going to be making some sticker gift tags. I'm going to be using a free printable download that's available at persialoo.com. I'm just going to go to File, Open, and then find the JPEG file that I want. So now I'm going to go in my page setup menu. Here, this third tab over is the registration marks panel. And here it says registration marks at the top, and I just need to check this check mark to turn them on. I need to scale my designs down a little bit more. The registration marks are what allow the Silhouette machines to do an accurate print and cut. This black box and then these kind of corner brackets here will print when I print my stickers, and then the machine will use an optical scanner to scan the registration marks, and then it can cut precisely around the printed design. This grid area here that's marked off lets you know that you should not place any of your design within that area. So you can see I've scaled my design down so that the top of these tag designs here falls below that gridded area, and this one is moved to the side of the grid area, and that makes sure that no printed design interferes when the machine is registering the marks. The red box here lets you know where your cut lines can fall. Your cut lines cannot go outside of that red box. All right, so now we need to create the cut lines. There's different ways that you can do this. Several of my designs here are basically rectangles. So I'm just going to use this rectangle shape tool to create those cut lines. I'm gonna click here, and zoom in a little bit. And when you're creating stickers, you can decide whether or not you want the sticker to have a white border around the edge, or if you want the cut line to go over the printed area. So I am just going to draw my rectangle here because I don't want a white border on this sticker. I want the edge of the sticker to be this pink color. Now I want to mention really quick that the software does have a print bleed tool that allows you to get this kind of cut automatically without the white border. I am not going to be using it for this project because I do want a white border for some of my stickers, but I will show you how that print bleed function works later on in the video. Okay, so when I have that rectangle, I'm just going to repeat that for all of the other rectangle shaped stickers that I have here. Now, one thing that's helpful when you're doing this, I just accidentally, when I was trying to move my rectangle shape, my cut line, I accidentally moved my printed design, and that's kind of annoying. So one way to avoid that happening is to open up your layers panel here. And you can see so far I've got two rectangles, which are the cut lines I've made, and then I have the polygon, which is my JPEG that I imported here underneath. And to make it so that I don't accidentally bump this around while I'm creating my cut lines, I'm just going to create a new layer. So I'm going to click on in the layers panel. This is the layers panel right here. I've got that open. I'm just going to click on this plus mark here. So I've created a new layer, layer 2, and I'm going to just drag that down so it's beneath this layer. And then I'm going to take my polygon here and I'm going to put it into layer 2. And just to make sure I've got the right thing down below, I can just click on the eyeball there and it makes it visible or invisible. So I just turned off the visibility for that. When I turn it back on, I can now click here in this empty box and it will lock it. So now when I can't click on it or drag it around anymore. For this tag right here, I actually want to create a white border around it. So for this one, I'm just going to draw that rectangle around the design where I want it to be placed. All right, so I have my rectangle cut lines all ready to go for my rectangle stickers. And now I have these two shapes here remaining, which are not rectangles, have an irregular shape. And so to create the cut lines for those, I'm going to be using the trace tool. So over here, this little butterfly looking icon, if I click on that, it will open the trace panel. And there are different methods for tracing, but for this, I'm going to use the first one, the select trace area. So I'm just going to click here, and then I'm going to drag around my little snow globe design here. And it will pick up the darkest areas of the design first. So to pick up more of the design, because I really want to get all of it in there, I'm going to increase the threshold. Just bump that up, I think that looks pretty good right there. And I'm going to click on Trace Outer Edge. I don't want to trace these little circles and holes and stuff inside the design. I only want to trace along the outside of the design. So I'm going to click Trace Outer Edge. And now I've created this little outline, basically, for my shape. Now, this is too close. I don't want this word cut out separately from the snow globe. I want it to be cut out together as one piece, and I want there to be a little bit of white space or border around the outside of the sticker. So to do that, I'm just going to click on that cut line, and then I'm going to go click here on this star icon, which opens the offset panel. And I'm going to click offset. And what this is going to do is it's going to push my cut lines out by a certain distance, whatever I tell it to do. And so let's see what that looks like. So right now it's set to 0.125 inches. And I have to say, I think that looks pretty good. It's a little close here to that pink, so I'm just gonna bump it down a little bit. So I'm just gonna click apply. And there I have my cut line. Now first I need to make sure I delete that original one so I don't get two cut lines. But so now this is going to cut a little sticker with the text connected to the design. I think that's gonna be really cute. For this Merry Everything banner, I'm gonna use the same basic idea. Select the trace area. And then bump up that threshold. Trace outer edge. And then again, I'm going to use the offset panel, but this time I'm going to use the internal offset because just like with the rectangles, I don't want a white border around this sticker. So I'm going to bring the offset in instead of out like we did on this snow globe here. So I'm going to click on internal offset, and that is too much. I need to bring the distance down. I really just want it to be right inside that edge. So I'm going to adjust the distance here. I think right there looks perfect. Click apply. And now I just need to delete that outer one. So now you'll see my cut line should cut right within that green banner shape. All right, so at this point we are ready to print. I'm going to be printing on white sticker paper. The Silhouette brand is my favorite white sticker paper. I'm gonna print on that, and then we will be ready to cut. So if I go File, Print, it will pull up a print preview. It shows you what is going to print. You can see the registration marks are there, and then my designs. And just make sure your sticker paper is loaded correctly into your printer and send it to print. All right, so here are my printed stickers. You can see the registration marks here and the printed designs. So I just need to put my printed stickers on my Silhouette portrait mat here. This whole scenario will work exactly the same way with a Cameo, but I'm just using my portrait because that was the machine I had out. On the portrait mat, it gives you nice little lines here to line up your 8.5 by 11 paper. So I'm gonna stick that on. And this mat is a little bit, has lost some of its stick, so I'm gonna use a little bit of washi tape or masking tape just to secure it in place. And now I'm ready to cut. And when you have your printed sticker paper on your mat and loaded into your machine, go over to the Send menu. And in the Send menu, I am going to find sticker paper, white, that's the material I'm using. I'm just going to use the default cut settings, and then I'm going to click Send. So the machine is currently scanning the registration marks. Then it's going to adjust the auto blade and start cutting around the design. And these are all cut. They look, the cut lines look really good, like the placement is good. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can see. The machine cut right around the designs, right where I told it to cut. I mean, I think these turned out pretty great. They were super easy to make. Let's put them on some gifts. Really quick, I want to show you how that print bleed feature works. So I've just got a couple of tag shapes here that I'm going to print patterns on, and I'm going to print them on cardstock and then cut them out using the print and cut feature. So I'm just going to click on one of these designs here, and then I'm going to go over to the fill panel, and I'm going to select this little polka dot tab, which allows me to choose a fill pattern. I have some patterns that I've added. Some of these are some that I've designed and uploaded and added to my library, and some of them are some that I've gotten from the Silhouette design store. I'll put this polka dot one in there. That's kind of cute. And then I can go in the options here, and if I feel like I want the circles to be bigger, then I can adjust the scale of the pattern. I'm just gonna fill all of these tag shapes with different patterns. Okay, so I have my patterns filled in here, how I like them. And now I'm going to go back to the page setup menu and the registration mark tab, and then I'm just going to click on print bleed. And that's just going to basically stretch the colors out around the edge of your design so that you don't have any white border around when you cut it. So now I'm going to go and print that, go to the print menu or go to file print, and it's going to open the print preview. And you can see here that it's just it kind of warps the design a little bit on that edge where it stretches it. You can see how it's going to print a little bit of an extra border around. So I'm going to send that to my printer, and then we will cut them out. And here the tags are all cut out. You can see that print bleed border that printed around the edge of the cut. And so you get these really sharp looking, crisp edges where the color goes all the way to the cut. One last thing I wanted to mention is you can get print and cut files, both studio files and SVG files, that already have the cut lines built into the file. So I'm gonna go over to my library to show you some examples of this. And I'm going to search stickers. And I've got some different sticker sets from the design store. I'm gonna choose these kawaii gingerbread houses. These things are adorable, and you can see it has the red line to cut the stickers out already included in the file. And if I go to send, you can see where the cut lines are. I used these designs to create a couple of cute little sticker sheets. I just added a border using the shape tools in the Silhouette Design Studio software, and then added a Baking Spirits Bright sticker to the top of each sheet. Then I cut out the stickers first using the sticker paper cut setting, and then I cut out the individual sheets using a cardstock setting so it would cut all the way through the paper. I think they turned out really cute. This is just another example of all the things you can make using Silhouette's print and cut feature. I hope that this video has been helpful for you and that you will be using that print and cut feature to make lots of amazing projects. Until next time, happy making. Bye!